This video goes over the steps to making your gyroscope frame. If you look at your EME50 process plan, you can see that it has 12 steps. These steps are separated into 4 videos. This video goes over steps 1 through 3. For step 1, you will need the aluminum square, a permanent marker, an end mill found in your drawer, and a collet, parallels to hold your parts in place, and the deburring tool. And for step 2, you'll need the blue ink, the polished granite table, a large granite block, the height gauge, and for step 3, you'll use the center punch and the hammer. Step 1. Mill the frame. The aluminum piece that you get has 2 sides that are factory made and the other 2 that are sawed off. This step shows you how to get your aluminum square and within tolerance. The first thing you do is measure your part. Make sure to write it down on your piece. Begin the machining by milling one side. You will position the piece like this at first. Bring the tool slightly below the workpiece and lock it with the quill when you have it at the desired height. Here you will need to dynamically zero the x-axis. Touch the surface until you see some piece of material removed and zero your x-axis. Then come off the material, go in 20 thousandths, and slowly feed by hand at a pace no faster than the pace shown in this video. Here we are going at a rate of about 5 inches per minute. Remember that after you cut an edge, it will be very sharp, so use the deburring tool to take off those sharp burrs. The edge you just milled now becomes your bottom. Always remember to clean the mill between each operation. Chips can cause errors. Place the part in the middle of the vise. If you favor one side, it risks that the part falls in the middle hole. Here you will statically zero your z-axis. Then move off the material, come down 20 thousandths, lock the quill and take the off material like before. Keep making passes until your workpiece is close to tolerance. Though the material is a 1/4 inch thick, we use a 3/8 inch end mill so that you don't have to exactly align during this step. The end mill is a little wider than the material and it gives you some wiggle room. After these 2 rough passes, measure your new cut sides. Then, take 20 thousandths off material at a time. Then, make a finishing pass. If the factory side is not within tolerance, after your finishing pass, rotate your square 90 degrees and then make another pass. This will make sure you have a square frame. Step 2. Layout and slot. To center punch, you will need to glue your aluminum square. Put the ink on liberally and dab any streaks. It's better if you don't have any streaks. Then wait for it to dry or use the compressed air. Once dry, you will lay out the grid pattern for 14 holes and also the markings on the 4 corners that must be sanded down. I will be showing you how to use the height gauge by using symmetry to make these 4 big holes. To use the height gauge, use the rotating wheel to move the marker up and down and remember to lock it in place with the lever. Make sure to zero it on the table first. Drag the tip across the material. We are not trying to gouge the material, just remove the blue ink we just put on. Make sure to use the symmetry of the part to your advantage when doing this. For example, here rotate it 90 degrees and put another score line. To complete this, you must make a cross, so move the dial to 1.250 and make another mark. You can make the crosses for the rest of the large holes. With just 2 changes, you can make 4 holes. The corner marks should look like this. Notice that one has a hole and one does not. Step 3. Center punch. So here you'll take your center punch and you'll put it in the crosses that you've made. And with one strong, swift hit with the hammer, you will make a little center punch. This is what it looks like.